Hello everyone and welcome to a new video from Your Destiny. I'm Eddie the Chump and today we're going to be talking about engram tokens. Iron Banner, Faction Rally, Raid, Trials, Gunsmith, you name it, they've all got tokens up the wazoo. Now some in the community are expressing dissatisfaction with the role tokens are playing in Destiny 2. I'm going to outline what some of those criticisms are and then explore some solutions. Firstly, let's look at what people seem to not like about the token mechanic. Tokens are a catch-all system. They actually work quite well as a supportive loot system to activities that have limited drops depending on success, think Trials. There's an armor set that you can only get through going flawless, but tokens provide a way for people to get some loot that can't manage to do that. In that context, I have no problem with them at all. In fact, I like that. What people don't like, however, is when tokens become the sole way that you access all loot. The Faction Rally was a good example. None of that loot was directly tied to any specific activity. It was all bunched up together in an engram that you could get tokens for by doing almost anything in the game. Because what earned you tokens was so broad, it felt very generic. Most people did public events or lost sector cheese to get the tokens, and as such, it didn't feel special at all. Public events have in their own way become the only relevant activity for a lot of functions, and because the faction loot didn't care where you earned the token for it, getting that loot felt way too similar to getting any other kind of vendor loot. That is not a compelling game mechanic. You don't want players feeling like everything is the same. Another criticism that people have is particularly noticeable in the ongoing Iron Banner event. The RNG nature of opening an engram through tokens means that you can spend a lot of time not getting what you want. 4 wins or 10 losses only to get your third duplicate and some generic armor, that does not sit well with people. Now I have to say, the fact that tokens were harder to get isn't something that I opposed. It's Iron Banner, this is endgame, it's not supposed to be easy. Aren't we all constantly complaining we get everything handed to us for free anyway? The problem is, people are comparing this Iron Banner with previous versions from Destiny 1, where every game had a chance of a drop, as well as the secondary bounty challenges that ranked you up for guaranteed drops of certain items. Having multiple routes to loot is kind of key, I think. Old Iron Banner drops were cool, not only because it's a satisfying feedback loop, play hard Crucible match, maybe get a God Roll Clever Dragon, but also because it makes the loot feel tied to that very specific activity. Even if you didn't get the drops, you could easily fulfill the bounties to get something you knew was what you wanted. The new Iron Banner just has this one dynamic, grind for tokens. You might get that gun or armor piece you want, you might not. Way less engaging. Plus, old banner loot dropped higher than your current light level. The current engrams don't, which is rubbish. This is what I feel is fair. It's not that tokens themselves are bad. They're not. The real problem is that not enough loot is directly tied to a specific action or activity. Let's take Crucible loot as an example, say the Better Devils in this case. Currently getting Crucible engrams isn't exciting. We know what's coming. After enough tries, we've got everything. It's all lumped in an engram that's RNG. But what if you could only get the Better Devils from the competitive playlist? Maybe even only from one mode, like Countdown. What if the Retro Futurist shotgun only dropped after control matches? A more generic reward system should be used for more generic loot. It should be there so people don't go completely empty-handed. The Crucible engram should have the armor, shaders, and maybe one weapon. Not everything. The most compelling way to get loot is by having it require specific actions, not generic ones. You can expand it to every other vendor too. You want the Vanguard Scout, the Nameless Midnight? It's only available in this strike over here. Want the Deadpan Delivery Shotgun? Nightfall drops only. Origin story? Heroic strike on Titan. Obviously that would require the game to actually have heroic strikes, but one problem at a time, people. My point is, tokens get the blame for a much deeper sense of alienation and despondency surrounding looting in Destiny 2. But a lot of that is just because they're being used as this all-encompassing system. It's that unfulfilling, super generic loot apathy that we're actually unhappy about. That's what needs to be fixed. Tokens can stay. They just can't be the be-all and end-all, not in my opinion. The counter-argument to all this is that tokens help people who don't have all the time in the world to play. It helps the casual player base. That is inarguably true, I think. But here's the thing, and I know this is going to sound horrible, but should casual players get absolutely everything without investing the time? Shouldn't they have longer term loot goals? If you just get everything handed to you in a super generic way, everything feels, well, generic. Even COD doesn't just give you Master Prestige and Diamond Camo for simply playing 2 hours a week. Nah son, you gotta grind that. And COD is the most casual shooter of all time. Long-term activities are compelling and engaging, not just for the hardcore, but for everyone. The only difference between a hardcore player and a casual completing a deeper activity is the time frame it takes. Constant, instant gratification leads to apathy. Apathy leads to anger, and anger leads to the dark side. Whatever, wrong sci-fi universe, you get my point. Tokens are, fittingly, emblematic of a deeper problem. Only when that is addressed will they work as intended. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a rating. If you never want to miss another video of ours again, please click the bell icon next to the subscribe button on our channel to join the notification squad. You'll be in good company. And finally, please follow the Your Destiny Twitters, where you can find updates about new videos and other cool stuff. I've been Eddie the Chump, and until next time,